G'day guys, hope you're doing well. Welcome to another NY update video. Just before I get underway, make sure to like the video and also leave a comment. Let me know if you took any trades during London session, how you went. For me, nothing. Towards the end of the session, I did actually pop into the chat right at the end what I would have looked for, which didn't eventuate. I was going to wait for this M30 to close on gold whilst I was preparing dinner. To be honest, came back to the chart just before the closure of this candle. Wanted to see this candle pop up. It's around the high of the previous candle. Did actually pop up, but it didn't pull up high enough for me to execute a sell. So did not take the trade. Interestingly enough, the current candle, which is actually pulled up and tapped right into that level and rejected. Again, not in any trades, but what I'd be looking for moving forward today on gold. Well, prefer to buy it. However, we are at resistance. The bias is to the upside, bullish across the board. So, but what I can see right now, these 4-hour levels, they are key. They are really, really strong levels. And if we begin to respect it, so what we're trying to do now is form a support up at this resistance. If we form that support and start to pop back below it, back below that range, below 22.60.30, could be an early counter trend buy option at that point there. 4-hour likely at that point to pull back and grab some more liquidity. It has tapped into the high of the previous. If it breaks its own low, that could give it also a further option to head back down further. Be targeting first target 2,254 roughly to support the M30. Now that is the sell option for the buyers. What I'd be looking for is got M30 support just here within the current daily candle. If we were to pull back down, let's say we just melt, I want to see price respect that 2,253.70 sort of level. Around that level, begin to give us our catalyst within price action to look for a potential buy, take it back up towards the current daily candles high. If we start popping below it, the next buy option will be obviously lower down above that 22.50 sort of level. And as per the stream, if we begin to break our own low, the current daily, seeing the daily's form support at its low, we do have the previous daily closing back as well, back bullish. And we have already created a low wick within the current daily candle. This is the lowest point. If we are to continue bullish, we really should not need to pull back down, break below that level, close below it, and continue to the downside. If we do break it, then we likely are going to pull back further, potentially down to 2,240 level, 2,237.38 sort of level. So want closure below the M30, tap in, and then look for the sell upon continuation. That is on gold. Now let me look at GJ. So it's finally made a move up, which is good. Did it give an option here? Let me see. I don't think it would have, and it's the open new 4-hour. Well, technically you could say it did, because you've got the 5-minute closure. The first candle closed above. First candle of the M30 prior to closure of the 4-hour. We have pulled back on the 5-minute, so we've retested that zone only to close back above it. That is exactly what I was saying on stream. We don't necessarily need to pull back as long as we have that confirmation of 5-minute time frame within our catalyst candle. This here is our catalyst. This candle closed above. Could have been an option. Would I have taken it? Based on that, probably, but not maybe at the open new 4-hour. Having said that, I know the open of this 4-hour candle, generally price does have a bit of volume in the first 15-20 minutes of it, and it tends to cool down a bit. Anyway, that's come and gone. So just a little bit of an update or analysis on how I probably would have tried to get involved in that. We are now approaching a level, we are now at a level of solid resistance on the higher time frame. Previous support could act as resistance. Seeing that is a possibility, and the buys have at this stage come and gone. Doesn't mean there couldn't be buys moving forward, but for now, what I'd like to see is this candle close strong bullish. Create the impulse. It may still continue to the upside. I wouldn't be chasing it just now. Wherever it stops, let it pull back, create a low. Either a lower high or equal high is fine. Form that minor support. As soon as we start to close below it, break below it, tap in, reject. I'd be looking to sell it. It's still technically bearish in the M30. It's still, the bias is neutral. As long as we remain below 191.050 at this stage, we will remain technically bearish in the M30. So that is the sell option. Now, as for the buys, again, it's creating an impulse up. Don't just chase it now. what I'd be looking for is either the cool down and a pullback to retest. It may pull back to that 190.50, previous support here to the left, psychological round number, or pull back to that previous resistance. Now, let me see what we've got in the 15. So this is just a little illustration. 15, that was a resistance side. Be fine with it, tap into 190.50 and bouncing off that level, forming a support, giving my catalyst from price action to look for a buy to take it back up towards the current daily candles high. That's what I prefer for the buys at this stage. Aside from that, if this 4-hour pulls back just a little bit, starts consolidating around the current level, once again, come closer to higher time volume, close to MY, start to pop above that consolidation, then I feel that could also be a potential buy option to take it up to potentially retest resistance higher up. Around that one, well, first of all, around that 190.80 lines up with support here to the left, potentially up to 191 flat. That is GJ. Excuse me, that's what I'd be looking at GJ. Now onto GU quickly. Similar to GJ, basically exact same analysis, basically exact same. Let it create the impulse up now. It's finally made a nice move up. Same confirmations, yep, exact same confirmations GJ. The new candle did not necessarily need to pull back, hence why it didn't. Already done so within the catalyst candle, actually closed above the resistance. Great to see it play out, guys. Really good to see. This is again all in my trade manual, which I did pull up on stream. How to enter based off this catalyst, not just the closure above. There's more to it than just the closure above. You go down to the M5 for that extra confirmation. So anyway, GU, exact same as GJ. Either let it create the impulse up, form a minor support, create that pullback, break below the support, tap in, reject for a sell, or pull back, retest this zone, form a support, buy it back up towards the current daily candle high. They're your first options. And aside from that, if it does, again, just consolidate, come closer to higher time volume, starts to pop above the consolidation. That could also be a potential buy option on GU moving forward. This is, again, just what I see coming close to MY open. Things might change into MY session if you trade a little bit into it. Finally, let's have a look at NAS. All right, so the analysis per stream, price popped above and rejected. All right, now what I'd be doing is just adjusting this up. That's the 4-hour. It's a 4-hour level. I would say it's just consolidating that level. I would say now closures above 18,303 for potential buy options at this stage. Just consolidating just now. I would remove this. Not interested in the sells within the current level, to be honest. It's choppy. It's really not clean. Finding it hard to find the optimal levels to look for trades. So far, what I can see is the bias is neutral on that. Closure above the resistance formed in current daily candle. Pop above it, closure above it, tap back in, continuation. I'll be looking for the buys above 18,303 roughly. Now, what I look for the sells, I don't want to sell below the support because you're running into that support to the left. You just have no space, in my opinion, to sell it. So what would be better is if it pops up and rejects it again, and once again forms that minor support. It could be on a 15-minute. As long as it forms it somewhere, in the pop below it, close below it, have the M30 closing back a strong bearish candle, that could be your catalyst to sell it back down. That's the options on NAS, the most immediate options. Obviously, be looking for sells below 18,380 roughly within this resistance, and buys on right confirmations once you've tapped into 18,210. That's also what I'll be looking at. So that's a wrap, guys. Let me know what you think. Do trade safe. Some high impact news to come for the US dollar into MY session. That is just here, jolts. That's 2 hours into MY session. Yeah. Let me know how you go. Do set a reminder, or make sure you tick the little bell, because I will be live tomorrow at about 6:30 AM UK time. Until then, guys, trade safe. Good luck. Bye for now.